So, fun fact, I found this in the back of the fridge that needs to be used by obviously the 6th. So that means I am going to make some yogurt, and I'm gonna start by sanitizing the jars. I was doing this while I was working from home, but I was doing this in my breaks, of course. I'm also going to be making some cream cheese in this video that you'll be able to see, as well as some milk bread. So I'll kind of go through the processes of me making these things. So just chill back, relax, and enjoy. So just with this here, we can see that the milk is coming up just under boiling, and that's the perfect temperature you want it to get to when you're making yogurt. So now I'm just going to go ahead and start straining that out. I'm using a nut milk bag here, but you can use whatever you have on hand. So not a lot to strain out, but sometimes you might get a few little lumps. Then from here, I'm just going to cover it with some cling wrap and then let it cool down for about half an hour to 45 minutes. And then I go into my next step. I bring the heat back up a little bit and add in some lemon juice. So this is part of making cream cheese. So you get the milk up to that just under boiling temperature. And then you pop in your lemon juice. I know some people like to use vinegar as well, but I have lemon juice on hand, so I was using that. You can start to see a little bit of the curds coming through. But I definitely think it needs some more lemon juice. So we'll just give it a little bit more, and then I'll add some more in. Still not quite there, so I'm going to add some more lemon juice into that, and then we should probably start to see a lot more of the curds separate from the whey. And this is kind of like that magic moment. You can start to see them all separate now, and the water's starting to change color just slightly. Kind of going transparent, and then kind of going like a yellowy bright green color. So then we let that sit for about 10 minutes to drain the liquid out. And oh, here's my here's my new Ninja Detect system. So I got that recently because my blender, sorry, my KitchenAid blender just started to die several months ago. So I was using a NutriBullet, but it wasn't really doing its job. Also, my KitchenAid food presser was just kind of dying as well, like just old. Like I've had it for like 5 years. So it's just kind of just getting a little bit old. So I had to replace a couple of or a few appliances. So I decided to get this one. I did a little bit of research, and I found that you get your food processor bowl and the blender jug, as well as like the little mini bullets for small stuff. But it was all on the one machine, so I only had one appliance, but I just had a few extra little bowls and jugs and whatnot. So I just thought, well, yes, I'm going to go and do that. But this is really loud. Actually kind of impressed because I only had to stop it once just to scrape down the sides a little bit. There wasn't a great deal of contents in the jug or in the bowl, so I'm not upset about that. And you can see in a minute that it has been using its like detect sense, which is really fun. Oh, there it goes. But yeah, also you can see shortly how smooth this has actually come out. But how good is this? This is so smooth and creamy and looks really cute presented in one of these little jars. And then we just pop that in the fridge. But I'm loving my Ninja kitchen detect system, or whatever it's called. All right, onto the yogurt. So the milk mixture is cooled down a bit. This is some pot yogurt I had sitting in the fridge. Um, yeah, you can see it's really like quite grainy and clumpy. I wasn't a great big fan of this. I've never actually had the jalna before, but you can watch me try and mix it with the milk mixture, but it's annoying me. It was frustrating. Um, yeah, I just keep stirring it and it's not getting smooth. I'm trying to show you guys. I've never had this problem with any other kind of yogurt, so extra frustrating. And here it is. I'm just going to spill that. Yep. Having a great time there. The joys. And now I'm going to show you just how lumpy it is. But I tried my best. I kept going. Thanks so much for watching this far. If you're enjoying my content and like watching me see, make and bake and create all the things, please do like this video and consider subscribing. Don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications. Definitely helps my channel grow. Okay, now on to the bread making part. So I still had time during my day while I was working, and during my breaks I started making some milk bread. I ran out of the milk, so I just started using some of the whey that was left over from making the cream cheese. So I'm using my KitchenAid stand mixer that I've had for probably about 4 years. I had a Sunbeam Planetary Mix Master, which accidentally fell off the bench one day when I was making bread. So I was looking online, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but I do like the pastel greens or pale greeny colours, bluish colours in my kitchen. But I had my kid with me looking, and they wanted the pink one, so pink it was, and that's okay. They can definitely inherit this one when they move into their own place when they're older, and they can have the cute little pink one, and then I can get myself a minty pastel-y green one to go with the rest of my paley, greeny, pastel-y, minty aesthetic in the kitchen. So I thought I'd just take a few moments to talk about my channel. I guess this started like about 8 years ago, like not my actual channel, but like I had a blog on WordPress that I would write things about, like reviews on hair care products, and some nail art and skincare. And sometimes I would just throw in photos of what I was crocheting or knitting and any other kind of random stuff. After a while, though, I stopped using it because, for one, I got really busy and started working full time. And then two, I find WordPress really unintuitive in terms of user friendliness. It just bugs me. Although I had this YouTube channel for quite some time now, and I would upload infrequently. Some of you may have noticed I post a lot of shorts, and I post a lot of things about random stuff. It's not so much nail care or nail art or hair care at the moment, but that's not to say that that's not going to be something in the future. At the moment, my focus is basically where I am at life at the moment, and that means that as a single mum or a single parent who works full time, I am still on a budget. I'm saving my money for certain financial goals, but also too, I grew up very impoverished, I guess. We didn't have a lot of money. No vacations. What even is that? What's a holiday? I've never been overseas. So when I got older and I started working full time, I definitely took a look at a lot of things about myself. And it's only been, I guess, in the last 24 months, 18 to 24 months, that I've really started being like happy and fulfilled in myself. And that's because the job I'm doing at the moment, I'm in a role, I'm still with the same business that I've been for the last 7 years or something. But I went into a different role, and I'm really, really enjoying the work. It's very cerebral, so it's keeps me mentally stimulated because it is so complex, but that's okay. I love it. But it also gives me a lot of work-life balance as well. So that's really great, as well as it's increased my earnings, which is great. But because I have a dependent and they're going to, well, I'm not going to be receiving financial support from the government sometime next year. That's just the Australian government thing. So people between the ages of 18 to 25 are still considered children and expected to live at home with their parents without getting any support. I know there's some assistance available, but my kid is kind of stuck on me. She doesn't want to leave, and I don't blame her. She has a pretty good life, and I make things very cozy and comfy for her. Anyway, what that means is I'm going to be on a budget. I'm going to be on a budget for a very long time, and because I learnt how to cook and I learnt how to sew and be creative and use crafts ever since I was a kid, it means that I can use those skills now to make bread. I can make yogurt. I can make sourdough bread now. Yeah, cakes, cookies, muffins, roasts, granola bars, pretty much anything you can think of, I can make. And I'm definitely seeing the savings. So for a few months, just recently I was very, very, very busy and I put a lot of this stuff on hold. I think some of you may have noticed my channel was very quiet. However, now I've just got back into the swing of things. So I'm definitely going to be uploading a lot more and probably including a lot more of this kind of stuff where it's just a little bit longer, not so much short stuff. That's still going to be shorts that I'll be posting, but that's kind of me. And I hope you are enjoying it and that you get something out of it and that you are inspired on your own life journey, whatever it is you're doing. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Ooh, I forgot to mention. I know sometimes I would mention things about my old Instagram account and I couldn't get it set up for whatever reason. Well, I've fixed that. I've got my Instagram back up. I'm Saresy Says. If you want to check me out, I'll have the links below. And I've also, because of the whole WordPress issue, I've set up a Substack. So there's a link below for that one as well. So you guys can go check it out. It's great for me. I enjoy writing and just posting things randomly. That's not always video content. So go over and check that out as well. So you just put them in the fridge overnight to chill, and then they're ready for the next morning. And it's the next morning. It's time to make my breakfast. Here's my granola I made the night before. It's very crunchy and crispy. All right, so that was my Friday getting a head start on all the weekend's baking. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.